Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to Intuition. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why most teachers suck. I was watching a Neil deGrasse Tyson clip. He asked the audience if they can name a large amount of influential teachers that they've had throughout their lives. There were some who can name maybe one or two teachers. You get exposed to so many different teachers along the way. You would think that most people would have a lot more than a handful of influential teachers throughout their lives, but they don't. They don't. And why don't they? Well, I've thought about it and I've come up with 5 reasons why most teachers are just not influential. And the number one reason why most teachers are not influential is because they don't love what they teach. Now, this could be the result of a lot of different things, right? Some people just lack passion. Some people suffer from depression. Some people just have an easygoing personality where they don't get excited about much. They don't really care. They just kind of living just to live, right? But I think the biggest reason why there's such a lack of passion is that the economic structure of our system encourages that. For a lot of people, they end up getting certain jobs because they need to make a living, they need to raise their families and so forth. So they're going to do a job because it pays and it allows them to get what they want out of life, but they're not really happy doing it. Because they're not really happy doing it, they do a mediocre job. But when teachers do this, the students suffer. And unfortunately, far too many teachers do this, right? And it's not their fault, it's really society's fault, okay? Now, the second reasons why most teachers suck is that teachers don't get paid much. People tend to choose careers that pay a lot, where they can make a good living and make a good amount of money. So there are a lot of people out there who might be passionate about teaching and who might make great teachers, but they don't go into teaching because they feel like they will not be able to afford a certain lifestyle with that career. Because of the economic structure, you end up having people who will be very passionate about one job, but they choose another job because it pays more. And that's just the economic incentives that causes that. And this really is a big problem as to why we have so many people who are doing jobs and choosing career paths that they should not really be choosing. So this is definitely another thing to look out for if you're someone growing up and you're thinking about what type of career you want to choose. Unfortunately, the system is going to incentivize certain career choices over others, but I still think that it's best for you to choose the career that you're most passionate about. So you should take the job that you're most passionate about, and in the meantime, what we can do as a society is we can advocate for better pay for people who are making minimum wage and subsistent living. Now, the third reason why I think most teachers suck is that they're old school. If you think about how education was structured for the most part, how society was organized in the past, it's very authoritarian. We're taught that there are authority figures, and authority figures are meant to be listened to no matter what. And also, there's a traditional way of doing things, and we should always do things that way. When you're old school, you really get stuck in your ways and you get stuck into the same way of doing things. And I think this is the problem for a lot of teachers because the way that they were taught and the way that they learn is how they teach you. This hinders their ability to be good teachers because they're less likely to explore different methods to convey information. Because really, if you want to be a good teacher, you need to try different things. You want to implement animations, maybe you can implement physical experiments, whatever. If you don't get stuck into one way of doing things, you're more likely to be creative and figure out better ways and more efficient ways to convey information. Teachers are just throwing information at students. What they should be doing is they should be discussing information. They should be asking questions. Students learn better when you provoke their curiosity and ask them questions and get them to think. But traditionally, teachers taught in a lecture style where they just got up and they just threw information at students. And typically this is what we see in schools and even at the university level, and it's why students don't learn as well as they should be learning, okay? So that's reason number 3. And reason number 4 why most teachers suck is that they're new school. Sometimes in school, teachers are more concerned with students liking them than they are with actually educating students, because sometimes they want to be the cool teacher. You know, I remember back in high school, some students would be like, oh, so-and-so was my favorite teacher because she always let us watch movies in class. You know, oh, she always let us do this and that. But the issue with that is what? You're not learning, right? Yeah, the teacher is a nice person, the teacher is cool and everything, but the purpose is for you to learn and for you to grow as an individual, for your mind to develop and for you to become more knowledgeable and more mature as a result of taking a certain course. Being concerned with being hip and cool and having students like you is not the way to go, okay? So this is the 4th reason why most teachers suck. Okay, and the 5th reason why most teachers suck is that their students suck. And this one right here, I can attest to for sure. Because imagine you're a good teacher, you're creative, you spend a lot of time going over your lecture, trying to convey information in a very simple, logical manner with enthusiasm because you're passionate about what you do. And then you go up, you stand in front of your class, and you give your lecture, and you have students who don't even give a damn what you're talking about. They're talking to their friends, they don't show up to class prepared. Instead of listening to the lecturer and taking notes, they're on their computer, on Facebook and social media and whatnot. Imagine engaging this type of audience on a daily basis. It's only expected that if you engage this type of audience on a daily basis, your enthusiasm is going to wane, you're going to be less passionate about what you do, and your audience is not being receptive to the information that you're giving them. So this is a big reason why some teachers suck, because good teachers are complemented by good students. When you have two people who are ready to tango, you end up having a good dance. But if you have one person doing the tango and the other person doing the electric slide, that's not going to work out very well, right? So both parties have to be in the same accord and have to be ready to make the other person better. Good teachers are made better by good students, and good students are made better by good teachers. All right? So those are the 5 reasons why I think most people don't have very influential teachers in their lives. Fortunately for me, I'm lucky. I've had about 4 or 5, and I would like to thank all those teachers who have made learning fun for me, who have engaged my curiosity, and have allowed me to develop into the person that I am today, and even to the point where I have developed my own academic channel on this platform. So to all my teachers who have done a great job of educating me, I want to give you guys a big thank you and let you know that your impact has not gone unnoticed. And for those of you guys who have had similar experience to me, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. All right, so with that said, I want to thank you guys for watching and for listening and for tuning in to another episode of Intuition. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.